What's up, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 310. I don't know, Wonder?
Oogity boogity.
All right.
There we go. That's all I got.
All right. Well, this has been a wonderful
Thanks for watching.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I feel ya.
Yep. So, I'm going to start this episode with the update.
Oh.
You remember last episode how you said I was going to be in trouble?
Were you in trouble?
I got in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking told ya.
It was funny because so Aspen cannot text me because she can't have her phone at work.
Yeah.
So she emails me from her computer. And so all I got was a screenshot because she listens to our podcast while she works. And all I got was a screenshot of your face and my face as the podcast would be. And all I got was, you a bitch.
Yeah.
I already knew what she was talking about. I was like, I tried to dig myself out a little. Did it work? And she's like, if it did, not by much.
I was going to say, no. I was right. No. It was one of those things where you started it, and instead of just being like, I'm sorry, and stopping, you were just like, I have to keep saying things until something happens. And it's like, dude, stop.
Well, it was one of those things where I felt like just not saying anything to try and mitigate it was worse. So,
Of course
I don't know.
You did.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
It is what it is.
I guess it is something, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Anything else happened last week that you care to talk about?
Well, my Bills yet again disappoint me. That's about all that happened last week.
The most interesting game because, like, Josh Allen after the game blaming himself. And, like, obviously, in a 3-point game, most of it is going to be on the guy who gave the ball to the wrong team 5 times. Like, can't do that. But also, it's one of those very interesting things because it's also like, that's not a game if not for Josh Allen.
Right.
He is both.
He's the only he is both the best and worst player on the planet.
Yeah, the duality of Josh Allen.
Yep. So he's both incredible, but makes the dumbest mistakes sometimes.
Yeah, dude, like, it is sad that goofy ass Spin-a-Rooney fumble right before half, the dumbest fumble he's ever had in his life, is the reason they lost that game. Right,
it is. I literally said it when it happened. I was like, "That's the reason why they'll lose the game." Right
and they
there,
lost by 3
it would have been a
points.
2-score game.
3 points.
Yep. And so, and the thing is like, I partially blame the coach for that because I'm sure Josh Allen was like, "Hey, we could be aggressive here," but as a coach, you're only down by 7 points and you're getting the ball after half. You already showed that you can march the ball. I would not be that concerned about being aggressive. I would be like, okay, we're just going to kneel it out. We're going to go to halftime. We're going to get our game plan together. We're going to come out and we're going to score and we're tie this game up. And then we're going to hope on our defense gets a stop. That's what I would have done as a coach, even if Josh Allen wanted to be aggressive. So I partially blame the coaching there. I don't think there's 17 seconds left in a halftime, but you're only down by 7, and it's Bo Nix. So, although I think Bo Nix threw some really nice balls and played a really nice game, it was all for naught because the motherfucker broke his ankle. So, yay.
I was going to say, the worst thing that
you're welcome, New England, I guess.
I don't know. Denver's defense is so good that maybe they can make the Super Bowl. The issue is, I think the AFC officially just decided that the Seahawks or the Rams is your Super Bowl champion. I kind of believed that from the beginning, but I thought the Bills or the Texans could do it. CJ Stroud decided to play the worst game a quarterback's ever played in the history of football, though, so that's tough.
Right.
And it is interesting that on a week that featured a lot of really good quarterbacks, Bo Nix was far and away the best quarterback that played all weekend. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Right.
Because, Sam Darnold played fine, but you could have put me out there and the Seahawks are winning by 40. Nothing changes.
Right. Right.
The Seahawks, that was one of those games where I saw the opening kickoff from Rashid Shaheed and I turned it off. I was like, okay, they won.
Dude, this game's over.
I don't need to watch this.
Yeah.
I know what this
is. Talk about,
belt to ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about heartbreak yet again.
Yeah.
And after today, I found out, as of Monday of this week, that Sean McDermott has officially been fired.
Woohoo! Brandon
no
Beane's
longer the head coach.
Still there though, so who cares? It's not going to get
yes.
He got
See, that's what I'm upset about. Yes, I don't know why this guy. Because my brother and I argued today. Because he was like, "Well, Brandon Beane's a genius. It was McDermott that was the idiot." And I'm like, "Well, no."
I think
I said everything goes through the GM.
But Beane was worse.
Like, sure. Right, like, sure, McDermott has a say. Like, he could suggest things, but ultimately the GM has the final say in trades, drafts, all that money, all that. They have the final say. So when it comes to drafting and trading and stuff, most of that falls under Beane to make the deal happen. So you can't blame McDermott for it. He's the head coach. He's the one that calls the plays. He's the one that directs the team on the field. That's McDermott's job. The GM is the one that controls. Because my brother was like, we've only just been going downhill from, blah, blah, blah. We make it to the playoffs and we're only getting worse and worse as far as roster goes. And that's all McDermott's fault. I'm like, no, that's the GM. That falls on the GM. And he's like, no, I think you should do your research. No. And I'm like, I think you should practice what you preach, dude.
Yeah, especially do we not remember? I don't remember the player's name because he, to me, was not an important piece because he's not big name for the Bills, and I just haven't watched him a ton. But the guy they cut so that they could go sign Darius Slay, and then the guy they cut to go sign Darius Slay, to then have Darius Slay never play for them because he retired. That wasn't a McDermott decision. McDermott actively said he wishes they didn't do that because he liked that kid. And Beane made a decision. And then Darius Slay, instead of being in Denver to play with the Bills, was, or I guess it was the week before, instead of being in Jacksonville to play with the Bills, he was in Philly watching the Eagles game from the Eagles sideline, even though he's on the Bills 53-man roster. Yeah.
Yep. So yes, I agreed that, I watching this season, I can't put a ton of, you can blame McDermott for a few things here and there, but I was more upset with the GM. He did not try to get anybody help. Josh Allen, he didn't even attempt to make a trade happen. Go out there and get a heavier hitting wide receiver or whatever. I get it. You're kind of crunched on your cap space, but you can make things happen. You can move things around, make things happen, show you're serious about trying to help this team out. And he was just like, nah, we're good. And we've seen how well that worked out. We had most of our receivers went down for the playoffs, and yay us. But anyway, I was more, I wanted GM Beane fired more than I wanted McDermott fired.
Yeah.
But I understand that you can't fire your GM without firing a head coach, really.
Yeah.
You can do it, but eventually that head coach might be there the next year, but eventually the new GM is going to go and get his guy,
That's why I thought it should have been both. You just reset this thing.
Right.
That's the
especially since there's some candidates out there that you could, especially since there's some candidates out there that actually fits, what Buffalo would be good at,
And it sucks because they were stuck in the playoffs. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Because Kevin Stefanski would have been great. I know that they coached against him or played against him because he was coaching Miami a lot. But Mike McDaniel fits what you want to do. He just does. Because like
Right.
McDaniel is by far the best run game schemer in the NFL. That is what the Dolphins could do, is run the football. And I think we saw him make it work with Tua, who is not as good at anything as Josh Allen is. And I think Josh Allen would give him a lot more freedom to be creative and do fun things. My issue is just not really knowing if McDaniel is that good of a leader when it comes to the coaching part. It's like, that man can make an offense. Can he do the other part? I'm not sure. And it's tough to know with Miami because it seemed like he could early, but then Tyreek happened, Tua becoming a psychopath happened. So
well, and that's my thing. It's not like the Dolphins didn't have weapons either. It's like they did a good job getting weapons, but Tua was just not it, and there's not much you can do about that, Josh, I feel like whoever becomes the head coach is lucky to have Josh Allen because Josh will elevate whoever he plays with. You see what he does with fourth string wide receivers. He makes it to the playoffs, even wins a playoff game with wide receivers that most people wouldn't even have in their practice squad. So, perks of having Josh Allen.
Yeah.
But also, how do you have someone like that for however many years Josh has been in the NFL now and not make it to the Super Bowl once?
Yeah. Well, Mahomes is the answer normally.
Even then, you've had too many really close games that you fuck up by coaching. Let's play super soft coverage with 13 seconds left in the game and get them within field goal range. That's not on the players. They're playing soft fucking zone when they should be manned up, maybe nickel, dime, something, two high safeties, so nothing gets beat deep, But no, let's play real soft, 30 yards off the line of scrimmage and let them just have easy passes twice in a row to get them set up with a field goal, I get it. They have Tyreek Hill, but God damn it. That is the dumbest shit to me. Let's just let them have a field goal when you could just, make it hard on them for 13 seconds and you probably win the game. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, but then
I know there's a lot of people that were.
I don't understand what the Bills were doing in overtime. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because you go away from giving James Cook the ball when he's done a lot of work. You go away from Josh ever running it, and you just keep dialing up deep shots. Like, all you had to do was get a field goal. That's it. I get that it's third down and whatever for the interception throw. You have fourth down. You have two plays. Use both plays. Don't just go, fuck it, third down. Brandon Cooks or nothing. No.
Right.
That's a dumb idea. Yep. Also, shout out Keon Coleman for being stupid. The drop is insane. I know it seems like it didn't matter because there was a penalty. But if he doesn't drop it,
no, it
the penalty
makes
it third down again. So you get another play.
Right.
Like, that matters. Oh, it's dumb.
Yeah. Well, Keon, it's obvious Keon's a bust. We've seen it. The only reason Keon was playing is because we had two receivers tear their ACLs. That's the only reason he played. The only thing I could say that's good about Keon Coleman is he blocks his butt off sometimes. That's about it. The dude can't catch. He can't catch. He's not fast. He's just not that guy. He's not what we hoped he was. And I 100% think we should move on from Keon Coleman. We could keep him in the practice squad.
I was going to say, he's going to exist on the team for at least 2 more years, but
that's fine. That's fine. But as soon as his contract is up for renewal or whatever off his rookie contract, he's gone. We got to move on. There'll be a lot better draft classes or whatever. You can pick any wide receiver that can catch, and it'll be better than him. I don't know how you drop that wide open of a pass like that. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
So, I don't know. It's crazy. I know there's a lot of people that are upset about that game as far as officiating goes. But in all reality, we turned the ball over 5 times. That's on us. We should have won that game by 3 or 4 touchdowns. But no, we turned the ball over. Um, you just can't expect to win on that. You know, the fact that we even had a chance to win in overtime is amazing. I guess shout out to our defense for being able to hold Denver to that many points with them having the ball 5 times more than we did. So,
yeah. The nice thing is the Bills have a decent pass defense. They just couldn't stop the run. And without J.K.
No.
Dobbins and with Sean Payton being the dumbest motherfucker who thinks he's the smart man in every room, why is R.J. Harvey getting so many snaps every game when Jaleel McLaughlin's right there? Jaleel was better for years, is still better. I get you just drafted R.J. Harvey. He's not good. Give the ball to the good running back. Like, here's the thing. This isn't a big sample size because they didn't run it a lot because they couldn't, because they suck. But, like, R.J. Harvey had 50% more carries, yet less total yards. It's not much. 4 for 21 for Jaleel, 6 for 20 for RJ. But that is both of them staying on what their averages for the season are. RJ averaging 3 yards a carry, Jaleel averaging over 5. That matters.
Especially when you have a Buffalo Bills, they got a good pass defense, and that's literally it. They do not have. They have the lowest fucking pass rate, pressure rate in the NFL for most of the. Now, if we'd had a healthy Ed Oliver and a healthy Hoyt, I think, would have been a different story.
It's tough because Marvin Mims finally decided. Okay, not true. Sean Payton finally remembered Marvin Mims was on his team. Because for whatever reason, Marvin Mims was like their best receiver for the first few weeks, and then Sean Payton decided he was only a returner. And then all the injuries forced him to put Marvin back at wide receiver, and suddenly it's like, oh, he's cooking everybody. He's a good route runner, and Trey White's old. Take advantage of that. And they finally did. It took until like the second half of this game. But then Marvin Mims went, hello.
Yeah. And did you see what the Bills did with Mecole Hardman?
No.
They ran literally the exact same play for that one touchdown he caught from Josh Allen. They ran the exact same play that the Chiefs ran for the Super Bowl winning touchdown with Hardman. That little and then just the zigzag straight to the outside and just lob it to him because he's wide open. The guy's fast. He's agile and fast, but he just kind of has brick hands. So I don't know.
But yeah, and then also whatever injury happened for the Bills on defense that put Dane Jackson in the game, that's...
we didn't have a choice. There's just
no, I know.
Nobody
I'm just
there,
saying, like...
That killed us too. Or we had to put, what's his face? Darnell Savage, is that his name?
Yeah.
He was a defensive guy that we picked up. He was in for one play, gave up a touchdown.
Yeah.
One play, gave up. All it was is I think Trey White was having cramps or something like that, so he had to come out for a game, and so we put Savage in there for one play. He gave up a touchdown. My good lord!
Yep.
And we don't have a choice. Everybody's injured. Hairston would have been a miles better, but injured. He broke it. Well, he didn't break nothing, but sprained his ankle or whatever.
He got hurt again.
I think
he's bad because you drafted him hurt, and now he's hurt again. And he's a bad person.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So I don't know. They got a lot of. It sucks because there's so much that they need, and they keep making it to the playoffs, so they won't get very good drafting.
Yeah. The correct answer. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I mean, and part of that is that'll help is we'll have some contracts that are expiring that are killing us right now, like the Von Miller contracts and literally people who aren't even on our team anymore, but we're still paying them because they were a bust after bringing them on here because they're 40 years old. Um, yeah, that'll help us out a little bit. Hopefully, hopefully we don't have Bean doing the same old bullshit where he goes out and gets an old, washed up person that gets hurt in the first 2 freaking games.
Sorry, Khalil
and
Mack
we don't
time.
have him anymore.
Khalil Mack time. No, I told you. What is the? Hold on. I went over this once, but I'm going to do it again. The Bills are going to go, your 3 big offseason additions. You're going to go sign 33-year-old Mike Evans to be wide receiver 1. You're going to sign 35-year-old Khalil Mack to be your edge rusher 1. And then you're going to decide that Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox aren't good enough, so you're going to go sign 37-year-old Travis Kelce. And you're going to see what you can do. And then you're going to wonder why it didn't work. While you have, under 30 David Njoku sitting there, barely 30 Trey Hendrickson sitting there, many receivers you could trade for or sign. You're not going to get any of them. You're just going to go get the old guys.
Right. Yeah, that's my thing. That's directly related to your GM that does that shit. Yep. And my brother's like, no, it's the coach. And I'm like, no, dude, you are misinformed. You are misinformed. You do not know how this works. But whatever. We'll see. Yeah. I just told him, I said, we'll see what happens within the next few years. Maybe he'll change his, maybe he'll try a little harder now. He's got a different head coach or something. I don't know. Maybe he got a promotion. Maybe he's got something to prove now. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he does better than he has been doing. So far, the only addition that I've been impressed with all season long is Jackson Haas. And it's only because of his blocking. The kid blocks his butt off as a tight end.
Yeah. I do wonder what the Bills will do. I hope they are smart enough in this case to be like, we had the defensive guy for 10 years. We should go get an offensive mind. Because there's intrigue. You could go after the Jacksonville OC, Grant Udinski, who's only 30. Like, he's the same age as Josh Allen. Basically. Right. That would be interesting. That's a crazy dynamic, though, to have a head coach that's younger than half your team. But if it works, you have 30 years of a great head coach.
Right.
Do you go for Mike McDaniel because at least offensively he's great? Do you go get who's the other guy? Or is it reuniting with Brian Daboll?
I know the only reason why Daboll didn't stick around was because of
he got a head coaching McDermott. Job. Yeah, well, and because he got a head coaching job. You're always going to leave for the head coaching job. But, does he come back because him and Josh have a good relationship? And, we saw what Daboll did with the Giants and Daniel Jones. So, we know he could do something useful there. Will he? I don't know.
Right.
But he could.
Well, and then I think, I don't know if it was my brother who brought it up today, but the Steelers offensive coach, I was like,
no.
You're going for the same shit? You want the same results that you're already getting?
But worse in every way.
I mean, yeah, right, exactly. I mean, he does have a Super Bowl, but
no, he doesn't.
He doesn't?
Arthur Smith has never won a Super Bowl. Unless you're trying to think about Mike Tomlin, who is the Steelers head coach and is a defensive guy, not an offensive guy. But he was their head coach.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you said he got fired, didn't he? No, he resigned, which means the Steelers still own his rights, so you'd have to trade for him. So you have to give up draft capital to hire him.
Oh, well, never mind. Well, I mean, I didn't bring that up. Somebody else did. They're like, well, didn't the Steelers head coach? Or...
Yeah, you just said offensive guy, and I was like, that's... Arthur Smith is not the same thing because he's worse, because he's a bad head coach and a bad offensive coordinator. He doesn't do either thing right.
Right. Right.
He's just bad.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know. I'll be intrigued. They'll probably do something something crazy like go get a head coach from a college team or some shit. So
I don't know. I'm trying to think. No, they're going to do the dumb thing that the Titans could have stopped them from doing today. Matt Nagy, the Chiefs offensive coordinator and the Bears head coach for all those years, it was like confirmed that he was going to be the Titans head coach like this morning. And then literally 8 minutes ago, the Titans officially hired Robert Saleh, the 49ers defensive coordinator, who had an interview today, but then they let him leave the building. He got on a flight to Arizona to do an interview tomorrow. And I guess sometime on that flight they hired him. I don't know what.
what the hell transpired?
Right?
I just want to know what transpired there.
I am intrigued though, because that's a thing that could happen where Saleh just hires Mike McDaniel because they were coordinators together in San Fran years ago. And then the Titans are just incredibly good next year because they have a great defensive coach and one of the best offensive coordinators in the game, but then suck again the year after when McDaniel gets hired somewhere else because he's going to get a head coaching job at some point.
Right. I don't know. I'll be curious. Something tells me since he's already been there before, Giants head coach is more likely.
Daboll?
Or former head coach, I should say. Daboll. I feel like he is the more likely chance to be coming back since he's already been there. They kind of, and it's not like they didn't like him. It was just he did get along, and he got a head coach job. So, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm curious. I'll be curious to see because Josh Allen hasn't had any other coach ever. He's had the same guy his whole career. So I'll be curious to see how that works out. They, I feel like it's something where Josh can elevate you, but I feel like you got to put in the time to create a bond with Josh. Bond with the team. They're kind of, I don't know, an emotional team, let's just say. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you different kind of off topic? But I wanted to ask you about it.
Okay.
Have you started the new Game of Thrones series?
No, I have not. I didn't know it was out until today. So
I didn't know until last night.
Yeah. I didn't know until today, and that's
So,
one where I need to wait and see if my girlfriend wants to watch it with me. So I'll figure out what my plan is to watch it on Thursday, and then it will either be I watch it this weekend or start it next week when she's not here. Because long weekend, because my birthday.
Yeah, right. So.
Because I guess as of
happy early birthday anyway.
I was gonna say I guess it's my birthday when this comes out.
Yeah.
So I'm 26 and don't have health insurance anymore. Shout out. And just found out some really possibly fucked up shit. So that's good. So my whole I need to go figure out what's going on. So for the last 6 months, I thought I just had really bad dandruff that I thought started when I moved because going from water with a bunch of minerals and shit in it to purified city water, maybe it just dried my scalp out and was weird. So for a long time I was doing trying different shampoos and whatever to try to fix it. Nothing worked. So went to the doctor on Friday last week or Thursday last week, one of the two. Went to a skin doctor because I started to think maybe, so I had been looking it up to see what the fuck could be going on. And stress-induced psoriasis is a thing. And I was like, oh, I probably just did that. Right? Yeah. So I do officially have psoriasis. So that's fun. So that's why my scalp fucking sucks currently. But while I was there, they were going over some other things, and they're Do you have like joint pain or anything? And I was like, not really more than usual, but like slightly more. But that's because I think I'm, my entire family throughout my life has had arthritis. So I just think it's finally developing, whatever. And so we talked about that for a bit. She looked at that, and I realized not at the doctor, but afterwards. You remember when I'd have braids in my hair and my skull
Uh-huh.
would dry out and I thought it was just drying out? I don't think that's what was happening anymore. Um,
You had psoriasis this whole time?
Probably. But also, there's a chance I don't just have psoriasis, but that I have psoriatic arthritis, which can also cause inflammation in your heart and lungs and fucking kill you. So that's fun. I hope it's not that. I got recommended, what's the fucking word? Referred to a
Referred?
uh
Yeah.
something that's supposed to check me for that.
One thing I do know about that is they do have medications that work pretty well for that stuff.
Yeah, the
The
issue
only
is I'm not
issue
going to
is
have
those.
insurance.
Yes, that and those medications can lead to other health issues.
Yep.
They're kind of rough on your body. So it's like you die without them, but you die with them.
Yeah. So
So hopefully
that's
but that was a while ago, so maybe they've got something that's a little better.
yeah.
But
And there's also just the hope that it is just psoriasis, and while that
right,
sucks, I can figure that out or just
right,
cope with that. The other
hmm
thing's a little hopefully it's regular psoriasis and then, the shitty arthritis that my entire family has that still sucks, but like I can cope with pain. Pain isn't
right,
that big of a deal, you know?
yeah,
I've been in pain since I was like fucking 9 years old, man. It's fine.
yeah,
And maybe
yeah.
before
I
that.
I will say that I have had dandruff problems since I've moved to the city water.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, it's not like super bad. I just
Yeah.
noticed that I have a little dandruff, so I got like the shampoo that's helping or
I
whatever.
was going to say, and is it actually
Um,
helping?
it, I mean, it doesn't completely get rid of it, but like it's not to where it's like, you know, you could dust a freaking pretzel with it and think it's
Mine
powdered pretzel or
was
something.
kind of getting that way, and I was like, okay, this is just really bad. It's nice to know that it's not that, because that was driving me, for some reason, that just made
Right,
me feel gross, because it's like you're not like taking care of it well enough.
right,
This is just like there's literally nothing I can do.
right. Yeah,
So I'm less like what, well, now there is. I have a medication that is hopefully going to help, but
right. So,
we'll find out. But yeah, that
hopefully it
was the
works.
thing
Yeah.
I was referencing last week where I was like, because I hadn't gone to the
Oh,
doctor yet, so I was just like,
right,
I don't want to like say
right,
it yet because I don't know. I wanted to
right.
at least have a baseline of knowledge.
Uh huh.
It just got worse. Baseline of
Right.
knowledge sucks. I don't like it.
hmm Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, you'll have to watch Duncan the Tall and let me know what you think about
Mm.
it. Because the first episode is just
Did they release the whole
something.
season or just an episode?
It's just an episode. It's only like a 49-minute first episode,
I read a review
and
that has me not that excited. It didn't talk about it a
um
lot, but it was just like take Game of Thrones, remove all the magical and fantastical elements, add more sports allegories, and you have this show. And I was like, that sounds awful, actually.
I don't know how you can, because you know how Game of Thrones are. They can kind of start a little slow,
Yeah.
if I will. Like just like the House of Dragons, like it, sure there's dragons and shit, but like plot wise, it's really slow to begin with, and that's kind of how I feel about this. I kind of feel like it's a very slow start to the first episode, but I could see where they're gonna, like I could see that they're building a plot basically, and I'll be interested to see where they go with this.
Yeah.
But it is kind of funny. There's a few things that just make you shake your head in it. Um, and it's also like not your typical Game of Thrones first episode, because like um your typical first episode Game of Thrones is borderline adult movie content, if you will, putting it
Sometimes.
lightly. Um, but then it like as it progresses along, it gets less and less of the nudity and more of like focusing on the storyline type thing and all of that. But like, there's very little of the nudity in this first. What doesn't hurt my feelings much, you know. It might hurt some people's feelings, but like, it's like I'm not there for the nudity. I'm there for the cinematics and the storylines and you know, stuff like that, and the world. Especially since our D&D game that we're playing is still um, taking place in Game of Thrones world, basically. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but anyway, yeah, you'll have to watch it and let me know what you think of the first episode, and just be forewarned. There's some grossness to it in the first episode.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you're not into feces and gross stuff,
Gross. Love that.
forewarning.
Um, did you, real quick, jumping back to football for half a second? Also, did you catch up on Fallout?
I have not.
Oh,
I am not caught up. No,
okay.
I haven't. I will this week though,
Okay.
because I took all week off from work.
Oh, you're just off this week?
Yes, because um, I have decided to. We're almost done with the guest bathroom.
Uh-huh.
The flooring and stuff in there. All we have left to do there is caulking, and then we are remodeling the master bathroom, tearing out the shower, tearing up the floors, putting in a big tub,
Fun.
which requires a whole bunch of different plumbing. We're moving the toilet from one side of the bathroom to where the shower was, and just remodeling the whole 9 yards. So that will be quite the project, and I would like to get quite a bit of that done this week because I want to have the bathroom done before the baby gets here. So, because I will not have much free time once that happens. Um, so that is the plan. I took this week, especially since I had today off from work just because of holiday, and then it's my Phoenix week. So I only have to burn 3 days of vacation
That's
to
basically
take
what
9 days off.
I say. That's, yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
But yeah.
So, and I haven't had a week off from work in like over 2 years, so probably longer than that.
Yeah.
So it feels good to just. I'm probably gonna end up fucking working harder at home than I am at work, but it's besides the point. We're making the value of the place rise and look nicer, and I'm ready to have an actual tub and not literally the tub I have now. When I take a bath, I sit like this because I have fairly broad shoulders and that tub is this fucking wide. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I hope to get better when I move from here. I really think the like tub shower combos need to either get bigger or just stop existing. Just make it a shower. Cuz
right.
like the little tubs for most of those are too small to actually take a fucking bath.
Well, and it's getting really hard for Aspen to take a bath
Yeah.
because she like can't turn. She can't even stand sideways now. She's got a big enough baby bump. She can't even stand sideways in there anymore.
Yeah.
So it's getting really hard, and especially when you're pregnant, your ankles, your knees, everything hurts.
Yeah.
And nothing's better than getting in a nice hot bath with some Epsom salt and soaking those sore joints.
Yeah.
Um, so I really want to get that bathroom done and have a nice tub in there, and it'll
For
be a
sure.
lot nicer. Gonna be spending a lot of money on the place. here in the near future. I mean, we spent probably we spent $400 at Home Depot today, and that was for the flooring and the plumbing I got to do to switch the toilet around and stuff like that. Um, and then I've already spent. So then the bathtub is on it. It'll be here in a month, and the bathtub and the faucet was pretty much $1,000 there. And then luckily my mom already had some leftover flooring from when she did my dad's bathroom. And so we had enough of that to just do my flooring already. So she just gave me that. So that saved me like $300 right there. Um, so, but yeah, and then so that we're also gonna we're looking at buying a new dishwasher.
Interesting.
And that's probably going to be about $1,000 there for the one that we want.
Yep.
And then we looked at a fridge today that we really liked. I can't remember what brand it is. I want to say it's like LG or um, it's either LG or whatever the brand is that has like the ornate H for the symbol. The brand has an H. I can't remember what that brand is.
I think it's not an H and it's technically GE. Look up GE's logo.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. It's not an H, it's a G and an E in cursive. Bro has not found it, or he got distracted on his phone.
Oh, it is a GH, but it looks like a fucking H.
Yeah.
So what is that? General Electric or something?
Yep.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that one of them's General Electric and the other one is Aspen must funny, Aspen must hear me talking because she just sent me a picture of the fridge we were looking at. Expensive as shit though. And it's on
Refrigerators
sale.
are.
Yeah.
Dude.
But yeah, this was what we were looking at. Let's see. Oh, I got to read through this, make sure there's nothing that like location drops me here. It doesn't look like it, so I'll kind of see if you can see it. But that's the price.
$2,700. Yeah, that tracks.
Yep. And that's $1,700 off.
Tracks.
It's originally $43.99, and that goes back to $43.99 after January 28th. But nothing we can do right now because that's gonna be one of the last things on the list that we get. Because I think when we get the tub in, we're gonna need a bigger hot water heater. Because as is, the little small shower tub, if you fill it all the way up to like pretty much full, you're running out of hot water because we have a really small hot water heater.
So might be new water heater time.
It's a newer hot water heater. It's just really small, but yeah, right. It is. I want to go to a 50-gallon because I know it's not a 50-gallon hot water heater. So, and there's plenty of room in there for me to put a bigger hot water heater. So, I want to do that. I've also really thrown around the idea, since I have natural gas, thrown around the idea of putting in on-demand hot water.
Yeah.
Which would be really cool because, like, then you never run out of hot water. It just is hot. Yep. They go bad quite often, but they're fairly easy to fix most of the time and cheaper than if your hot water heater goes out. So,
yeah.
But I would have to then I would have to figure out how to plumb the natural gas to the on-demand hot water heater. So unless I get an electric one, in which case, not a big deal. I just got to be able to plug it in.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure there's power in there somewhere that I can run an outlet to. So, I don't know. And the other thing is I have a water softener Um, which I need to check the salt in there and make sure that the salt doesn't need to be filled up.
Yeah.
Because I noticed that the previous people put like like the sidewalk salt looking stuff where it's smaller.
Yeah.
They put that in there, and that stuff does not last as long as like the round pellets.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to yell about this video when you're done talking. So I just wanted you to see that. You saw the Caleb Williams throw in the Bears-Rams game, right? Oh, you didn't. Okay. It is like legitimately one of the greatest throws of all time in like all of history. I don't care. It's nuts. Because it was fourth down. I think it was, yeah, 4th down and 4, down by 7, 22 seconds left. This is, the thing you dream of. That video was important well, it wasn't important. It just pissed me off when I saw it. Here's the Caleb throw. The first one was a Jordan Love throw that somebody was comparing to Caleb's. I want to know if you can tell me the difference between these throws other than the moment. Yeah, dude. Jordan Love drops straight back under zero pressure and throws a dot. It was a good throw. Caleb Williams is sprinting backwards off platform 50 yards on a rope. Perfect throw. Those are not the same.
No,
that Caleb Williams throw is a throw that you look around the NFL and you go, Allen and Mahomes. That's it. That's the list of who's making that throw.
Right. Exactly.
And Caleb Williams.
Right. I can't say. I think Cody is really happy with the Bears this year. They won a playoff game. They haven't really done anything for years and years. They got something to look forward to. They're really building something, and they can only get better. I mean, honestly, they've got good talent. They just need to fill in a few holes, and I think they're a dangerous team.
Yeah.
They're already dangerous. Like
Bears defense sucks.
Almost beat the Rams.
I was going to say, the Bears have the most important part. You have not just a quarterback, but you have an alien. Congrats. Yeah, he threw 3 interceptions. One of them, if I remember correctly, was tipped. I don't care. And the last one, the overtime one, DJ Moore should be executed. It's overtime and a route that was drawn up with you as the first option, and you jogged the entire play?
Right.
Nah, burn him.
Yeah.
Like, was it a perfect throw from Caleb? No. Had DJ Moore shown any effort, would it have been a better throw? Probably. Will we ever know? Probably not.
Yeah. So, the Bears gave it a go. I think they're a team to watch out for next year, especially if they pick up a few defensive pieces.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least they're not the 49ers. At least they tried.
Yeah. Right.
49ers are the only team this weekend we can say didn't try. The Texans tried. CJ Stroud just didn't.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well, I think he had 2 of his top wide receivers had concussions too, like Nico Collins. That
doesn't matter.
I know. But like on a confidence level, like if I found out hey, my 2 top wide receivers that have gotten me this far by playing mediocre are not there anymore, I don't know. Might have hurt his confidence a little bit,
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, fuck it. My defense is going to bail me out. I'm going to take some shots here, But he kind of played very timid, which is strange for CJ Stroud because usually he's a shot taker. But I don't know. I feel like this whole season he's just been really timid. And maybe he's got some injuries or something he's fighting that we don't know about. But I don't know. Yeah. It just, to me, it does not feel like he's played very well this year compared to his years before. Like, I think they were Super Bowl bound if he plays like he did year before.
If he just
even
plays,
last year.
It's one of the things. The Texans should have been Super Bowl bound had he just played. Like, genuinely, it was, don't be the worst quarterback of all time and you're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he went, be the worst quarterback of all time? Got it.
Right. Noted.
Yeah, he heard half your sentence. It was the wrong half.
Well, so my prediction at halfway through the season was Texans and Seahawks.
Mine from the
And
beginning of the year was Texans Rams. I'm pissed.
right. Well, your Rams are still in it, and the Seahawks are still in it. We're gonna
I
see.
I have more confidence in the Rams. I know the Seahawks defense looks good, but Stafford's different. And I
Right.
just it's a playoff game which normally comes down to which quarterback do you trust more. And there's no world where I'm going to pick Darnold over Stafford. There's just not
Right,
one.
especially after what you've been through last year with
Yep.
him. You can't. Now, maybe he makes it,
And
but you
if he
can't in
does,
good
good for
faith.
him.
Right, you can't in good faith trust Darnold over Stafford. So I don't know.
Yep.
I get where you come from.
And
I don't know. I just had this weird feeling that it was going to be the Texans and the Seahawks. Obviously, that didn't work. That didn't work out. I thought C.J. Stroud would have played a better game than that. I thought that C.J. Stroud would have been able to play a bad game, and his defense would have bailed him out, and still would have went. But I didn't realize he was going to play like the worst quarterback in the league. So there's that. I guess you can't predict that. If he wants to donate his defense to the Bills, I would be okay with that.
it's a little late.
I mean, just for next year, we'll take them. They're all young. They're all super talented. They're the best defense in the league, in my opinion. So, yeah. It's funny. I've made up my mind. So, there's people that were arguing, because I said it in the break room at work where I was like, I think the Texans have the best defense in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what about Denver? And I'm like, although I think Denver's defense is elite and is very, very good and maybe top 3 or 4, I do not think that they are the best in the league. I think Texans takes that by a mile.
I was going to say, I think the only one that can compete with what the Texans do is Minnesota if they're healthy, which they weren't.
Right.
They still went crazy, but the Texans are different.
Right. And my argument to that will be now is the Bills barely scored anything on the Texans defense. The Bills gave the ball up, turned the ball over 5 times, and still scored 30 points on you. What's that excuse?
And then you look at the Texans. The Texans gave the ball away 5 times and still only allowed the Patriots to score 20. And 7 of those were because of a pick 6 from the offense. Like, the Texans defense is different. You forced Drake May into more technically more turnover worthy plays, at least, than CJ Stroud had. Drake May had more fumbles and interceptions than CJ Stroud did in that game.
Yep.
It's just the Patriots recovered some of those fumbles.
Yeah. Yep. The Bills have not done a very good job at recovering their own fumbles.
No. On that before half fumble, whoever that was, I can't remember what number he was, but big number 70, who dove on the ball and completely covered it, and then it squirted out. Right. Execute that, man.
Exactly. Yeah, that guy's got the slipperiest hands, dude. He's got butter hands, man. Because, he landed on that ball. His gut should have ate that ball. He was a huge dude. And somehow it just popped right out. Oh, yeah, guess what? They get a field goal that ends up losing the game for us. Yippee-yay. But I guess everything happens for a reason. Luckily, because I have a feeling that we would have went to the Super Bowl had we won against Denver. And then we would have just got donkey stomped by either Seattle or the Rams. Doesn't matter who we're going to play. So, in a way, I'd rather go to a Super Bowl and have a chance to win it, and not get embarrassed. Because I know it almost feels worse to go to another Super Bowl and then not get it, But I don't know. We will see. We will see. Josh Allen just maybe never, ever, ever make it to a Super Bowl, and that's a very sad thought to have. poor guy, I feel like deserves to at least make it to one. So
Yeah. Josh
I don't
Allen
know.
feels very Phillip Rivers currently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, poor guy pours his. I mean, I get it. He pours his heart into every game. He is the make or break factor for the team. Like that's, and it's sad to say. Like, yeah, you have James Cook. Who do you got?
Yeah.
James Cook. That's other than you have a
A
good
defensive
decent
decent O line is
decent O line. Yes, yes, exactly. Other than that, over the years, who have you had? Other than who is the it factor other than Josh Allen that the Bills have? Like, I just feel like that he is. They've just been riding the back of Josh Allen this whole time and going up. We made it to the playoffs. We're good, kind of thing, and never really doing anything to get them over the hump. That's what makes me feel like it's time to move on to someone who is willing to risk it all to get over the hump.
yeah.
Oh, they win a Super Bowl in my lifetime with Josh Allen. I will not give a fuck about football for the rest of my life. And I kind of feel like you would have the same feeling with the Vikings.
Genuinely, maybe. Who knows what happens if I finally see them win one? Because that could totally be like what Avengers Endgame was for a lot of people, where it's just like, this feels like a good spot to be done.
Uh-huh.
Even though I've cared
Yeah.
so much, it's also just one of those things where it's like, it's never gonna be better than this.
Mhm.
Hang it up.
Right. I mean, that's my thing. I want Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl so bad. I just want him more for him than it is for the Bills. I don't know why. Like, I just feel like I just part of that's he came from Wyoming. He is known as the quarterback from
Yeah.
Wyoming. And I just feel like it'd be awesome to know that, hey, we had a quarterback come out of Wyoming. Of course, he originally was from California, but he played in Wyoming. We gave him the opportunity, elevated him to the NFL level, and he won a Super Bowl. You know, that I just feel like that would be cool. And then I could just, you know, even, if Josh Allen were to move on to a different team, and or he never makes it to a Super Bowl, and then the Bills in a few years later pick up a good quarterback, have a really nice team, and they win the Super Bowl. To me, it would be like an empty feeling because I feel like, fuck, I wish Josh Allen would have made it.
Yeah.
I wish Josh Allen had at least one ring to say, hey, it was a rough go for most of my career, but hey, I actually got one. But I just kind of feel like the dude's pushing 30. He can't do. He's already getting to the point where he can't do the things that he could do a few years ago. He's getting banged up a little bit. You could see it.
Yeah.
The guy's tough. The guy's got heart, but eventually he's not going to get up. He's not going to get up. He'll go down, and that'll be it. So hopefully Super Bowl happens before then, and it's got to happen soon. So I don't know who you got to sell, trade away, how far in debt you got to go all out to get this dude to a Super Bowl, but they got to do it. That's how I feel about it. Because do the Super Bowl, and then I don't have to care anymore. Sure, I'm going to root for him, and I'm still going to watch him play. But once they make a Super Bowl, I feel like I could sit back and just be like,
At least the level of care changes.
Right, exactly. Right.
Because it's like, we got the one.
Uh,
Which, maybe it's different. I think this is such a weird mindset for anybody whose team has won one before, because they're like, that would never change. It's like, there's a different level of want in it for a team that's never had it. And then, especially if there's also a player, like, especially if it gets officially announced, it crushes me to know Harrison Smith never even got to play for one.
Right.
Like, tough.
Right. That's the hard part. You build and it's more personal for me because I've actually met these people in real life.
Sure.
I've had conversations with these people. I connected with these people. they to me come from home, and it would be so cool
Yeah.
to know that, hey, these people that I've met before have gone on to win a Super Bowl, you
Yeah, that's
know.
fun.
And in a crazy world, in a different life, there's a chance I could have played with them,
Yeah.
if I'd have decided to be a little more aggressive in my college career, you know.
You
Um,
decided to listen to somebody.
yes.
I'm not going to name names.
But yes. But like I said, very much more personal connection to these people
Yeah.
than most people are with their NFL team, Um, a lot of people out there are just kind of like, oh, my team sucks, my team sucks. And then they finally have a team, and it's like, oh, this team's good. And then they go on to win a Super Bowl. It's like, yes, awesome, cool. But you never really had a personal connection with those people that won that Super Bowl for your team,
Like, I'm never going to have the personal connection to that degree. I just have. Mine's different. Sports
Right.
was my first escape from a really shitty world.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm connected more to the team, which is apparent with all the people who leave the team that I love, that I'm just like, yeah, that doesn't matter though. But I get it. I get you. Yeah. Love for it to happen soon.
Yeah. This is why I keep hoping for a Bills Vikings Super Bowl. I just feel like that'd be cool.
It would be.
We might have to spend $2,000 on tickets to go see that.
May have to.
Because no matter what, whoever wins, it's their first Super Bowl.
So yeah.
It's going to be a heartbreaker for the other team, but at least you made it to a Super Bowl and had a chance to fight for one in our lifetime, because chances are we'll never see it again. So, or it could be one of those where both the Bills and the Vikings has a really young, talented team, and they just see each other 4 years in a row, and it goes back and forth, which would be cool. You guys win 2, we win 2. We can call it good for the rest of our life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Hopefully one day.
Yep. Can only hope.
Get Brian Flores back and trade for Joe Burrow so I can win next year. That's it.
Right.
That's the list.
That'd be pretty scary to have Joe Burrow on the Vikings team.
Yeah.
Especially the young roster like they have.
I've even said, go full fucking batshit crazy. Give up like 6 firsts, JJ and Addison, and get Burrow and Chase. Say fuck it.
Right.
Say fuck it, we ball.
Right. Chase and Jefferson on the same team. Good God.
With Joe Burrow?
That wouldn't be funny.
It would be so funny.
Imagine if you don't make it to a Super Bowl with that, though.
Oh, you would. You just would. Especially, you just bring back Brian Flores so you have that defense with that offense. I don't even care if it's for a year and then the team goes bankrupt and close. I don't care. Fucking
it doesn't exist anymore. They have to change their name. Somebody bought it,
Doesn't matter.
All right. That's where I'm at too with the Bills. Like, I don't know what you guys got to fucking do. I don't know whose souls you got to sell to get this roster to where they're going to get over the hump, but do it. Just do it. So.
Yeah.
And I forgot, I'm supposed to go. I still got to go out front of my house and grab my tub filler. It came in the mail today, and it's sitting out on my front porch.
Nice. Love that.
Hopefully somebody didn't drive by and go, oh, hey, Christmas
Free stuff.
present. Yeah.
Yeah.
But. Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Well, I guess. I don't know if there's anything else, so.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I had for the day. I feel like it was a pretty eventful podcast.
Yeah, it seems like we talked about something.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's fun. I guess that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.